Welcome back to TYT Sports. It is Monday morning in the studio. It is Halloween.
Yes!
Francis and I had a wonderful time at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. We're going to talk about LeBron James in just a second. Just a second, because I have to share with you my terrible experience. I don't like clowns. I don't like happy clowns or scary clowns, especially of the scary variety. And about 25% of the attractions at Universal Studios were clown-oriented.
Yeah, they were very clowny this year.
And they're not funny. Clowns aren't funny. They've never been funny, ever. I mean, even as a kid, they make bad jokes, they make fart noises, they blow up balloons. You don't need to put on makeup to do that. It's called stand-up comedy, and you can give it for 5-year-olds. It's appropriate, right? So on top of that, when I went to one of the analytics sites that we use for YouTube analytics and stuff, the first video that popped up for Halloween was like, here's where all the creepy clowns have been. It's like, they're just following me around.
There's clowns everywhere. There was a full ride designated to this one clown that broke into Universal Studios and had been following Jason Stotts for years. I thought it was firmly enjoyable. I would highly recommend Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios for anyone.
I don't.
They really went all out to petrify those easily scared.
No.
As in Jason Rubin.
No. Did you find Pablo?
What's that? We never found Pablo dressed up as Narcos guy. Looked for him. Surprisingly, could not find anyone, even though when I looked on social media, everyone I knew back in Scotland, in England, were all dressed up as Pablo Escobar. But
they were?
No one. Yeah, everyone loved
They were all Pablo Escobar?
A lot of people were Pablo
So you're the only one that were the cops?
Yeah, we were the only people the cops. And we did a pretty good job.
So,
my buddy looks exactly like Pablo.
Any party you went to, you'd just been buzzkills.
Yes.
They'd be like,
we're
not real. We have to shut this one down. You guys did look a lot like him. Here's a photo of Francis and his friend Matt as the Narcos guys, which will add in post-production for you. On to LeBron James, because there was a report over the weekend, actually I think it surfaced today, that LeBron James reportedly wanted nothing to do with joining the Cavaliers in 2003. And while it's just reported, it does bring up an interesting conversation because I love looking back at the 2003 NBA draft and just playing the what-if game of, what if LeBron didn't go to the Cavs?
Yeah.
Where would the Cavs be? For one, they probably, I know there's a lot that would have went into this, but they probably don't end up with a championship in 2016 without LeBron in there. Maybe someone comes around. Maybe they get Anthony Davis, and he provides them a big spark. Maybe they get a Steph Curry a couple years later, and he provides a spark, or a Russell Westbrook, or a Kevin Durant. But if you look at the 2003 draft, they still would have been fine unless they took Darko Milicic. And to this day, well, everyone always looks back on this in 2004 and goes, how could Detroit mess that up with Melo, Bosh, and Wade? Well, you watched the Darko Milicic tape and tell me that he wasn't a guy that you would have wanted to draft in the top 5. It's not possible. But let's say they get a Carmelo Anthony and LeBron goes to the Nuggets, or LeBron goes to the Raptors. Raptors fans right now are going, wait, what?
We could have
had what? And Wade, of course, who went 5th, who was the second best career-wise out of all the top 5, would have had an enormous impact on a Denver or Cleveland if Wade were to go one of those teams.
I slightly disagree that they wouldn't have a championship. The only reason why is because I don't think this adjusts LeBron James's mental mindset. I think that no matter what, whether he wanted to go then or he wanted to go back, like he's from that place. If he wasn't from Cleveland, he wasn't born and raised in Akron, Ohio, I would think to myself...
Steph's born in the same hospital as Steph Curry, sorry, I just had to say it.
I would think to myself, okay, well, maybe he hasn't got this overarching idea. Maybe he hasn't got this idea in his head that he wants to provide a championship for Cleveland if he didn't go there at the start, but he is from there. So whether he went there then or whether he went there in 5, 6, 7 years, he still wanted to win a championship for his hometown. So I don't know if I agree that he maybe would have had to go a different way to try and get there. It might not have been 2016, it might have been 2014, it might have been before. I just think that LeBron James's mindset was always set once he got into the NBA that he wanted, when he's seen how good he could be and what he could do to a team, he wanted to win a championship for his hometown.
The only thing, so like when I do these what-if games, right, these what-if conversations, because obviously everything is adjusted.
Yes.
It's not the same. It's not just like Melo's in Cleveland and LeBron's in Denver and everything works out like that did, which means LeBron goes to the Knicks. It's not how it works. But if he were to go to the Miami team, what if LeBron wasn't the number 1 outright pick in that draft and he just fell for whatever reason? He's coming out of high school. Kobe wasn't the first overall pick. Maybe we'll make him the 5th overall pick. What if he led Miami to a championship in 2007 and had won 4 years into his career with the Heat, while Wade was rotting with Zydrunas Ilgauskas in Cleveland?
Yeah, it's an interesting thought to think like how these things could have adjusted. I think that he could have had a champ. I just think with players like very unique players like LeBron James, it's just like no matter where they go, I think they're going to find their feet and they're going to find a way to deliver a championship.
I hope they find their feet.
Yeah, it's just like
they know where they are.
I just hope that someone like LeBron James is always going to reach that level where no matter how his journey moves a different way, if he goes to the Denver Nuggets, maybe the Nuggets are sitting there with the championship. But I think that Cleveland, again, he's from there. He loves that. He loves the land more than most people. So
legal weed and legal championships.
That'd be a very
good place to be
go.
in Denver. Here's the quote from Brian Windhorst, who is from ESPN. When James was a teenager, he started attending games at the arena, and he couldn't believe how bad the Cavs were, how empty the arena often was. With its bright blue seats seeming like a neon sign of disinterest, I have to say that is emphasis. There's their own creative writing added to it. During his senior year of high school, he went to several games, was given courtside seats, and visited the locker room. His thought was pretty clear after he watched that 17-win team with the lowest attendance in the league. They were awful, and he didn't want to be a part of it. Well, again, the same as the Ben Simmons 76ers things, you don't get a choice. Yeah. It's not like Eli Manning complaining to his father about the Chargers and playing it like they go to New York. Can't manipulate the NBA like you have some influence on where you'd want to go in the NFL, even though they have very little say. Again, don't forget, this is an 18-year-old LeBron James. It's not like the 18-year-old guy who could be the next biggest thing, and he became the biggest thing, gets to go to the owner of the team and say, I don't want to play for you. Yeah. That's not how that works. DeMarcus Cousins hasn't done it yet, so guess what?
Yes.
It just shows how much power that you can have, at least at a young age when you're coming into the league. So, again, I had to emphasize with its bright blue seats seeming like a neon sign of disinterest. That is as the definition of figurative language and creative writing. Everything about the quote might be true, save for how much emphasis he put on that, the spin on it. So, Francis, LeBron wins a championship wherever he goes?
No matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what, he gets a championship, whether his journey starts in Cleveland and
ends in Miami. Does he win 3?
It starts
wherever he goes?
He might have won more. Might have went to the Lakers.
Does he win 6?
Might have joined Kobe. Might have went, who knows?
What if he went to the Knicks?
0.
81 and 1.
Right,
2016, 2017.
LeBron James delivered a championship no matter what, unless he went to the Knicks. It's just something about that place.
You're such a bad person. Comment below, like, favorite, subscribe to the channel. New York Knicks 81-1 won the home opener against the Grizzlies. 2016-2017 NBA Finals champions. Derrick Rose, NBA Finals.
I like to hear wishful thinking.